Modern Mahjong's here with our Sunday's Daily Talk of the Tiles for May 4th, 2025. If you're watching this because this popped up in Instagram, the full video is posted to our YouTube channel, as well as a playlist of all of our Daily Talk of the Tiles and other great videos. Today's tile topic is, can you stop the Charleston if you have Mahjong? And if so, who can do this and when? And our tile tips are don't fear the singles and pairs section. Only East can have Mahjong since they're the only player with 14 tiles. East can declare Mahjong when they first get their 14 tiles. This is called a heavenly hand. If you play for money, East gets paid double by the other three players. If during the Charleston, East doesn't have Mahjong initially, then they need to wait until the end of the first Charleston, because that first series of passes is mandatory. If they have Mahjong before the first left, they don't have to pass any of the tiles from their Mahjong and can do a blind pass of all the three tiles passed to them, and then declare the win. If East would have Mahjong after the second left, they still need to pass what the league calls must across. A tip for that must across. Pass tiles that would be easy to call or use jokers. For example, if you have the entire Kong, pass one of those tiles rather than breaking up a pair or a single. East can also declare Mahjong at the end of the second Charleston, just like that blind pass the first time, if they have it before. And finally, they could also declare it at the end of the courtesy pass. Has this happened to you? Let us know, comment, send us an email. Mahjong at the end of the Charleston is known as an earthly hand. East is also paid double by the other three players. A little trivia for you. Test your knowledge of the rules. What happens if you're playing with a better and East has an earthly hand? If you haven't played with a better yet, it's when you have a fifth player and they walk around and look at all the hands at the end of the Charleston. The better can't talk, the players can't talk to the better, and they either use a betting indicator or write down who they believe is going to win, any of the four players or the wall. And then they basically step into the shoes of who they bet on for both winning and receiving money or paying out. So the question here is, can the better bet on East's winning hand? You might be surprised that the league provides the better can bet on East's winning hand. They can bet on an earthly win. It's a sure bet, assuming they recognize the winning hand. So, pretty interesting, right? Don't fear the singles and pairs section. Are you stuck in a comfort zone of hands? Are you always playing consecutive run or any like numbers? Thank you to the players for your emails that asked us to discuss this topic and help them get over their fear and avoidance of that singles and pairs section. First, take a look at the section. Most hands in this section correspond somewhat closely to a hand in a related section. You can draw an invisible line from each hand in this section to another section on the card. Well, how does that help? If you start picking in jokers or some of the tiles you need in those singles and pairs hand are now exposed or discarded, you could pivot to a backup hand that correlates to that hand. For example, if you're playing that top hand in singles and pairs and you have a bunch of wins and a bunch of consecutive numbers, if you start getting more wins, you could switch to the win section. If you start getting more consecutive numbers, that section. And of course, if you start picking in jokers, then you have a lot of what we call universal backup hands to fall to. If you haven't seen that yet, it's in the files tab of Mahjong community. And if you're not on social media, send us an email and we can send you that PDF. For the second hand, you could pivot to 2, 4, 6, 8. The third hand, 3, 6, 9, or like numbers, and so on for all of the hands in this section. So go ahead and take each section, each hand in that section, and break it down and see what corresponding section you would go to. The other day, we shared a backup for what we call the big hand, the most expensive, highest value hand on the card. 2025 number one and the big hand have 10 overlapping tiles. If you're doing that hand and all of a sudden you realize, I'm not going to get the 5, I'm not going to get this, all the 5s are out, you could switch to any like number 3. And if you use 2s and white dragons, they have 11 overlapping tiles. So knowing this, you don't need to fear that section anymore. You could switch to these hands if you can't make the hand and start picking in jokers. Do you have ideas like those were submitted to us for our daily talk of the tiles? Email us at modernmahjong@gmail.com. We just announced yesterday, beginner's luck, If you're watching this and you haven't picked up the game yet and you're really excited and interested in learning, we've got a virtual series for you. It's 4-part, all within 2 weeks, so you could start the class and be ready to play by the beginning of July. It's June 23rd, 25th, 30th, and July 2nd. You could watch all 4 sessions live, or if you're registered for the class, we will send you a replay to watch at your convenience for 1 month after the class. So register yourself. It's $75 for the entire series. And what a great gift as a hobby. You can give it to grads, anniversary gifts, couples gifts, birthday gifts, Mother's Day, Father's Day, host gifts, hostess gifts. The list goes on and on. So you can register on modernmahjong.com. We've completed our different workshops for the 2025 class. Hope you enjoyed it. If you missed out, send us an email. We are hosting them privately, in person, as well as online, and we're looking to see if we can schedule in another online version. If you play Canasta, I hope you join myself and Donna Miller Small for our convention. It's taking place October 11th and 12th in New York City. Details on bit.ly/CanastaCon25. Many of you asked for the PDF of our Learn the Card, all the groupings on the card, our backup hand strategy. This has 95 pages. You don't need to print all of them. You could save it to your phone or your tablet and print the ones you like. You could find this on our website. It's modernmahjong.com/products/2025 PDF. So with all this information we share and all the great details to help improve your game, if you're not following us, what are you missing out on? Tag your friends, don't gatekeep. Let them elevate their game and all of you learn together. We're Modern Mahjong on Facebook and Instagram, and our group on Facebook is Mahjong Community. Like, comment, save, and share. And with that, have a great day and a great game.